Hello everyone, and now welcome to a game. This game is going to be between Cash and XiaoKai. XiaoKai spawning as the blue orc on the top left-hand side of Springtime version 1.3. Meanwhile, Cash spawning as the yellow human on the bottom right. Quick indication of no Altar of Kings, no Blacksmith, no nothing as of yet, means that it will be that Paladin rifle build, trying to get every bit of gold a little bit earlier, getting those resources a little bit more quickly, and then getting going. All right, this particular opening does tax you a little bit more. It's not as straightforward, but still good things can happen even though your Paladin and your hero are slightly delayed. Insomnia off on the other side of the map here, opening things up. There's an Altar of Storms, a Barracks, a Voodoo Lounge should be coming in right behind. No, gonna go for a War Mill first with Farseers, and gonna be going for Headhunters. All right, so Headhunters coming across. Wow, there's a lot of glare behind me. Okay, so I guess that's a strong thing to note. My new monitor actually amplifies the glare behind me as opposed to dampening it like my old one. All right, and even though when I say new, it's still fairly old. A new old monitor. I think it's over like 3 or 4 years old. Someone else's hand-me-down, trying to save money in this time. Anyways, yeah, I don't even. Alright, sorry. For all you guys out there who follow my channel regularly, I'm still going through the job hunt and recognizing that there's a lot more feelings that I'm tackling with than anything else. Just trying to process and figure things out, and well, it's hard. It's tough. It is very, very tough. Alright. Yeah, it is tough. Anyways, Farseer, Grunt with Wolves currently out. We're going to take a look at Militia. Oh no, a quick ensnare onto a Rifleman. Paladin needs to make his way out and will be forced to try to get a Holy Light here onto that Rifleman already. Is he going to do it? Yes, there it is. Now trying to retreat back even further. Rifleman now down to 123 hit points. And a second Holy Light may be needed. A Rifleman already back out here. They're going to continue to fight back across. You're going to see that Rifleman taking quite a bit of damage. There's another Holy Light again. Militia now continuing to fight back here as the Grunt. Is it get stuck inside? Yes, the Grunt is actually stuck inside in this position. Is he going to get a Holy Light onto that other unit as the Riflemen are continuing to fire and get in the shots? All right, Spirit Wolf trying to move in across here. Grunt. Now we're going to be looking at another Holy Light. Another Rifleman needs to get added in to this mix here as Militia are now fighting their way through. All right, getting in some easy shots once more. Another Peasant going to get taken down, and we are just, well, trying to shoot their way through out of this tough spot. All right, we're going to be looking Headhunters. Farseer trying to make its way, and a Grunt now denied out the other side. So Cash unable to get the experience from that Grunt. That would have been a big deal, but overall he does have more experience as Cash now making its way through here. All right, and the Headhunter now currently gift wrapped. Farseer could be taking a little bit of damage as the Rifleman now trying to retreat back again. Farseer still taking damage here from the creeps as the units are trying to retreat back once more. All right, a little bit of working together. Are we going to see that Spirit Wolf get shot down? Looks as though it is going to be denied by the other wolf right there as we are teching to tier 2. All right, Paladin, Rifleman. We're looking at the Spirit Wolf trying to retreat back here as the Farseer down to 136 hit points. The Paladin still looking fairly strong, but doesn't have that much mana, so not going to be able to continue to Holy Light until we see that Blood Mage as that second hero. Mana Battery, Blood Mage, trying to keep everything all nicely topped off. We're looking at another low hit point Rifleman trying to retreat back again. And both sides just making sure that they're not feeding experience to the other player. All right. Paladin looking to fall back once more. Going to be able to do exactly that. We're looking at the Forest Troll, Berserker, Polar Bear, and Trapper. A little bit of easy damage to be had as the units are continuing to make their way around. However, Farseer may come back around the other side. No, there is just a lot of weird engagements here. That low hit point Rifleman going to be able to back off. The Polar Bear now trying to engage as well. and this could be a potentially big problem. Bloodlusted units, riflemen trying to retreat back here. What unit can actually tank any of this damage? This is extremely dangerous as the Paladin now has a potion of greater mana. He should be able to use that early and now get the Holy Light off. Again, we're going to look at the Polar Bear getting taken down, and finally, all four of these riflemen are extremely low on hit points. The Paladin should be using that potion, as the Farseer also a little bit dangerous. All right, XiaoKai is in a really interesting spot here. We're going to see a bunch of headhunters. Holy Light right there, and now going to be a round of volleys onto that rifleman. Tech to tier 2 nearly done. Meanwhile, tech to tier 2 already done, as the Tauren Chieftain now getting trained up. We could be looking at some additional stomps or endurance or already, or even shockwave. All three of those do work out well, as this militia now trying to retreat back. All right, canceling right there. We're looking at the Paladin now trying to make its way through, trying to put pressure onto the Farseer. If the Farseer gets taken down, that should be enough to force this aggression. Meanwhile, the Blood Mage is currently not getting trained right now. We are currently low on supply. Supply blocked and unable to make its way through. All right, the Wolves, are they going to try to do a little bit of a play there? There's another destruction, but the Arcane Tower does not provide experience. All right, little bit of a poke onto a Rifleman right there. Rifleman versus Headhunter at this point in stage in the game. Rifleman, I believe, win out. 550 range compared to, I believe, 400 right now. Long distance range upgrades not yet done by Cash. On top, could try to go for it. Not quite sure why he isn't researching that. Instead, speed building this farm so that he can get up that Blood Mage, who is currently not being trained. 39 over 44 supply. There's that Blood Mage now adding in a lumber mill. Low on lumber. Cash needs to get that range upgrade in order to win these early scrimmages against those headhunters. Polar Bear taking quite a bit of damage here. Round of focus fire. Meanwhile, Farseer there as well. There is the healing salve. Just going to go ahead and focus fire onto that Farseer once more, and we see a little bit of damage coming back across again. Paladin now sitting at level 2, very close to level 3, as damage is still raging back and forth here. All right, whoever backs off will get that Ogre Magi. That is the important deal, as the Paladin comes in with another Holy Light. Tauren Chieftain trying to get in a stomp. Does get a stomp here. More damage going down. Paladin now down to 204 hit points, trying to retreat back away. Farseer trying to keep a little bit of distance as well. There's another Holy Light as the Paladin tries to double back around. Farseer taking more damage. Farseer down to 50. Are we going to see a Holy Light? No Holy Light right there. Headhunter gets taken down. Paladin now up to level 3. Level 2 Holy Light is going to be available, and now we see some Siphon Mana. The Blood Mage's presence allowing that Paladin to get in more Holy Lights, as we're going to be looking at a handful of Headhunters getting shot down here as well. However, the Ogre Magi was taken out. Scroll of the Beast dropped for that Tauren Chieftain. A very big deal indeed, as the Trapper now cleaned up too. Blood Mage on the board with some experience, but the Tauren Chieftain sitting at level 2 with Endurance Aura and Stomp, already making a big presence known. A lot of early aggression and action, as we see a single Orc Burrow right here without reinforced defenses. And without the reinforced defenses, that Orc Burrow, does get taken out very quickly, and does give a bit of experience as well. Meanwhile, Tauren Chieftain now adding in Vampiric Aura, going to be able to heal up a little bit of that damage, as Raiders are joining in on the fight too. We can see Scout Towers, Masonry, Lumber Harvesting upgrade, no Masonry upgrade yet, as Cash is still low on lumber. All right, couple of Orc Burrows. Are they going to get taken down? Lumber Mill trying to research quickly. A lot of damage getting added in. One Orc Burrow going to get taken down. There goes one. Another Holy Light onto a Rifleman right there. More damage through, as we are looking at the Spike Barricade. Chain Lightning bouncing around. Siphon Mana off of the Tauren Chieftain, and the units do back away. XiaoKai currently upside down on supply, 41 over 31. Needs to build some extra Orc Burrows in order to train up anything. Meanwhile, we are looking at an Arcane Sanctum finally being added in here. All right, Lumber getting cleared out by Cash. Paladin and Blood Mage making a little bit of a move out as well, trying to go after this level 6 creep camp, this orange creep camp in the center. There's some Siphon Mana. Blood Mage really trying to just drain mana as quickly as possible, and then just tank in the front here. Are we going to get some Holy Light onto that Blood Mage? We should be getting some Holy Light. There's another big heal again, as the Blood Mage is getting very close to level 2. getting that Blood Mage to level 3 is going to be key, as the Paladin does pick up an Invul Potion and a Scroll of Healing, just in case that burst heal is not enough. All right, Paladin purposely keeping a little bit of distance. There's level 2 Blood Mage, and the Tracker finally going to get taken down, now about halfway to level 3. There is a red creep camp here already getting cleared up by XiaoKai. Cash out making a little bit of a play, as the remainder of the ice or the trolls here, well, going to be easy pickings. We're going to be looking at some easy quick kills as the units now look to back up again. More riflemen still getting added. We do have the longer range upgrades, so the riflemen slightly outrange the headhunters now, as we're looking at, well, still seeing that stronghold not going into well, not going into Fortress just quite yet. All right, Raider, is it going to get taken down? 1 or 2 more shots should do it. 1 more shot would have finished it off, as there's a little bit of damage. There's a healing salve going down onto that Raider to try and keep him alive. Meanwhile, the Blood Mage is still back around here. They're just trying to get some easy damage, but without any sort of stomp. Oh, there's a quick banish right there, slowing down that Tauren Chieftain, as the Raider's going to try and engage. Oh, there's a round of attacks onto that unit, and finally, that one low hit point Raider gets taken out. Still, both sides engaging. Riflemen now making moves again. We'll see. Nope. Only time will tell how this is going to go. Cash wanting to get sorceresses out here on the battlefield. Being able to cast slow is incredibly important, as we're looking at a couple of headhunters going to get taken out. However, that one Arcane Sanctum, incredibly important, as we see a Stomp once again go down. That level 2 Stomp really working wonders and slowing things up and mitigating a lot of damage on all those riflemen since they are stunned out. Meanwhile, you can see inside here, Cash didn't really build his base all that well. By building the Arcane Vault on the inside, it left the very exposed Arcane Sanctum out in the front, and those Raiders should be able to get multiple hits onto that Arcane Sanctum easily. Simply just too much surface area. You could try to add more farms onto it again, but then you're just expanding out a little bit. This is more of a Sim City issue by Cash than anything else, as we're going to be looking at a single watchtower try and get taken down. Meanwhile, we can see a spiked barricades. There's a lot of riflemen trying to come back across here. A lot of damage. Snap of teleportation on the Blood Mage. Blood Mage going to teleport back here. What can he really do by himself, as the Altar of Kings now taking quite a bit of damage? There's some siphon mana, but a quick ensnare as the Banish goes down onto the Blood Mage as well. Guard towers are here trying to poke through, and I guess the Blood Mage could stand here and try to hold the door while being banished. However, auto attack's not going to be enough. Arcane Sanctum should just get canceled. And, well, I don't believe it was canceled. However, the building off to the north was once more destroyed again, and we're going to see another peon back away. So the Blood Mage actually able to hold off that aggression, but the Arcane Sanctum was lost, and so was this Altar of Kings. Perhaps some more farms can be placed down as well. But these peasants also should be trying to mine across over here. You don't want to accidentally expose your base here too much. All right, what's going to come across here? All right, Paladin looking to finish off a couple of, well, put down pressure again. Spiked barricades, not really a problem when you have only an army of riflemen. Paladin does take a little bit of damage here. However, we're looking at a couple of ensnares go down, summoning of the wolves, and once more XiaoKai ready to put in that pressure. Tauren Chieftain still has mana. Arcane Tower should really be targeting the Tauren Chieftain instead, as the Farseer doesn't have any more mana there. All right, there's that Scroll of Town Portal inbound. Yep, that's why you needed that Arcane Tower to remove the mana from the Tauren Chieftain. That would have been a completely different fight right there, as the Riflemen are trying to shoot their way through. Yeah, Cash, if he had Arcane Towered the Tauren Chieftain, perhaps all of that mana would have been gone once the Farseer had lost it. And it's those small things that have a major impact. The Tauren Chieftain able to place down a level 2 stomp amongst a sea of riflemen. 5 seconds of not attacking from those riflemen allowed XiaoKai to be able to get away easily. Remember, as the Tauren Chieftain gets even, or I think it's a 4-second stun at level 2. I think it's a 5-second stun at level 3. So imagine that's 2 rounds of attack from all of these riflemen, and which would have translated to perhaps a death of a unit or so. So all of that little bits of micro going back and forth. Anyways, Paladin and Paladin and Blood Mage sitting at level 3, level 2, going up against 2 level 4 heroes in this Farseer and this Tauren Chieftain. We are now upgrading to Fortress, so we could be going into Berserkers who have more hit points and can also go into Frenzy if necessary. All right, little bit of damage here. Riflemen try to do static attack. There's level 3 now on that Blood Mage. Incredibly important. Are we going to see some Siphon mana? No, we are not. That Shaman just getting cleaned up easily. Where is this Rifleman going? Well, heading off to the north there to do a little bit of scouting. Blood Mage now shows up, going to try and siphon mana from that Tauren Chieftain. There goes another ensnare, and the Wolves are still just placing down pressure. We can see there's an Arcane Sanctum actually built on the inside there. That makes a lot of sense. Try to minimize that surface area and don't get taken down. Also, Cash moving his peasants around so that they don't clear out this neck of the woods and end up exposing the base. Meanwhile, Tauren Chieftain wants to get to level 4, has a Jango of Endurance. That's actually quite funny. That should have been sold or will be sold momentarily as more Raiders coming back across. All right, low hit point Raider should be the focus fire. Instead, going after units here. No Siphon mana. We're looking at some damage going down. There goes another Tuskar. And, well, XiaoKai looks like he's going to be able to get away scot-free. No, one Raider gets taken out. But this could have been so much better for Cash. Cash has had opportunities to capitalize on some of these mistakes. Just a little bit more micro to squeeze every last ounce of usefulness from these units, right? Being able to pick off some low hit point Raiders or low hit point creeps when you creep track to deny that experience. We can see that there is an orange creep camp here, and now, well, the Blood Mage is going to try to go after this Magnetar Reaver creep camp. This could be difficult, especially with XiaoKai right behind, and this is going to be a tough spot to be in. No, XiaoKai not engaging. All right, what could have been a potential game-changing Creepjack, Magnetar Reaver going to get taken down. That's going to be a big item drop for, or it should have been, yes, Endurance Aura. So all of the Riflemen now attacking quickly as the Staff of Teleportation Mage trying to teleport back. And wow, this Mage here, all right, he's going to, that's got to be careful. Retrained, so XiaoKai purposely has retrained from Stomp into Shockwave. And that will now prevent Cash from being able to easily use that that banish technique to hold the door. Level 2 Chain Lightning and level 2 Shockwave does deal significant damage, as we see an ensnare go down here. All right. 65 supply compared to Insomnia's 43. Insomnia still has a smaller army after all this time. And, well, Cash has just been able to constantly save units, even though he's been taking damage on his buildings. The Tauren Chieftain, however, should not ever be counted out. That Shockwave against all of these tightly clustered small buildings could, well, start to play a big deal if XiaoKai tries to do a bit of pressure and fighting inside the base. By fighting inside the base right there, you can essentially start taking down key buildings, take down these guard towers, and, well, cause problems. Meanwhile, back off to the north, well, Cash is spotting that there is a bunch of towers trying to be built, and this is going to get cleaned up. Meanwhile, are we going to see some more Shockwaves? No, we don't see a Shockwave. Did we see it? No, I guess there could have been a Shockwave right here. We're just looking at the Raiders trying to put pressure in. There's all that Shockwave going to back away again. Tauren Chieftain needs a little bit more mana, and there's that tactical retreat back. All right, 65 supply compared to 62. Now upside down on supply. There's going to be a deny. 44 supply compared to 65, but 10 gold a second for the next 2 minutes compared to 7. Repairs are necessary to try to keep these buildings up and running. Long distance mining may be what is necessary as well. Once more, Cash is going to take down a building while it's getting constructed. Yes, right there. The Riflemen can go after all of these buildings again and get some experience. And, well, XiaoKai going to be forced to back up once more. Tauren Chieftain, no Clarity Potion, should be able to throw down another Shockwave again, as this one Rifleman who I thought, why would you hide a unit there, has been able to stop any expansion attempts fairly easily. All right, Paladin looking to retreat back here. We're looking at, well, another entangle. Cash sitting at 65 over 74 supply. There's that shockwave, but it didn't really hit anything as a low hit point Raider tries to retreat back. Tauren Chieftain and Farseer, well, are not in great spots. We're going to see, well, that is a staff of teleportation. Are we well, try to give back that endurance aura to all of these slow-moving Raiders. The Raiders are, well, pretty much running in slow motion, but the riflemen are not that, are fast because of that endurance aura here. Tauren Chieftain still trying to keep all of the units together here. Are we going to see more slow be cast again? The Raiders, normally very fast units, still moving extremely slowly as they're trying to regroup here. There goes an ensnare, and the Tauren Chieftain, well, running around the corner still. Off to the north, XiaoKai finally trying to establish up that expansion once again. Farseer picks off that rifleman, and here we are, Tauren Chieftain, Farseer actually separated from each other, looking like they're going to regroup.
The town is under siege.
Gold nearly mined out here. There's a little bit of yeah, there is a pillage, so Cash is getting gold off of all of these attacks here. There goes another Raider. Raider tries to throw down an ensnare. Are we going to see any deny? Yes, another beautiful deny by XiaoKai. All right, Barracks is about to get taken down. Paladin trying to fight its way through here. Are we going to see a scroll of Town Portal? Shockwave, no, nothing like that. We down to about 170 hit points. There is a banish. There's a shockwave ripping through Siphon mana, and this would have been a perfect time to do a scroll of Town Portal to get away, as the Farseer is taking quite a bit of damage still. There's that scroll of Town Portal. Units coming back around. Tauren Chieftain and Farseer are sitting both at level 4. Meanwhile, Cash has well, caught up with 2 level 4 heroes as well. 41 supply compared to 61. XiaoKai still sitting on a fair amount of gold. We're going to be looking at perhaps more units trying to get trained up here, as the watchtowers are trying to fight back against all of these, well, fight back against the Paladin and the Blood Mage. Blood Mage easily finishes off a peon there. Chain Lightning bounces across. Are we going to see a Shockwave rip on through? No, we are not. Why aren't we seeing a counter Shockwave again to try and pick off some of those units? As the Tauren Chieftain still wants to get to level 3, or level 3 Shockwave for all of these tightly clustered buildings. Level 2 Masonry upgrades, giving, well, an additional 10% hit points? Yeah, additional 10% hit points, as the Farseer finds a relatively untouched creep camp. Clearing things off here. Tauren Chieftain, Farseer, if they can push to level 5 together, level 3 Chain Lightning, or perhaps trying to use Shadow Wolves, both would be incredibly impressive. Tauren Chieftain still making their way through. I believe this creep camp, no, barely anything left, but better than nothing. Just go ahead and clear it, gain that experience, and try to gain whatever advantage you can. There are still a couple of creep camps available on the map. This may actually be better for XiaoKai. XiaoKai gonna head off to the north here. Farseer and Tauren Chieftain gonna clear up this last 6-5-4 creep camp, and I believe just on the cusp of level 5 each. That is a very big deal. Meanwhile, we are looking at long distance mining. We are at Fortress. I'm not sure why we don't see a tiny Great Hall as an opportunity. Tiny Great Hall would be absolutely great, as we see an invisible footman running across to do a bit of scouting. All right. Tauren Chieftain, just a sliver of experience shy from level 5. And, oh, the footman attacked and broke invisibility, giving level 5 to the Tauren Chieftain. That is absolutely huge. Level 5 Tauren Chieftain now. Well, there's the Blood Mage. There's a Siphon mana off of the Farseer. Farseer trying to get away. A couple of Wolves going to try and engage as well. The Tauren Chieftain's level 3 Shockwave is going to be absolutely, well, just breaking everything, as we need to see more Scrolls of Healing perhaps on the Paladin and the Blood Mage. Yeah, Scroll of Healing to try and counteract that there, as the Dire Wolves try to get away. All right, are we going to be looking at a tiny Great Hall? XiaoKai sitting at 40 supply compared to Cash's 57. Tauren Chieftain now ready to, well, try and make a move again. All right, Staff of Teleportation down to the south here. What's going on? Farseer, well, banishing the wolves here. And, well, we're looking at a bit of gold issues by Cash. Cash trying to build this town hall. Doesn't quite have enough. Meanwhile, the Raiders are simply going to try to do a run by here. I don't know if that's necessarily a strong idea. That is a bunch of slowed units. And what is XiaoKai thinking? XiaoKai is just giving level 5 to the Paladin, losing Raiders, but perhaps he's thinking that he needs the Shockwave and finish off all of these units again. All right, Farseer trying to finish off a couple of peasants. Cash now actually low on anything. There's a Shockwave ripping on through. Tauren Chieftain now trying to break that connection, and now there's a banish onto the banish onto the Blood Mage. Blood Mage has to be careful. Well, no mana on the Tauren Chieftain or the Farseer means that he can banish himself and not actually take spell damage. Tauren Chieftain looking to back away. 35 supply compared to 52. Mining is going to be very difficult now. Still plenty of lumber. Both sides are still engaging again. And, well, XiaoKai, if he actually spent his gold, could have a decent size army right now. At least a 45 supply army going up against his opponent's 52. I don't know what the actual plan is here. Raiders are now retreating back. Tiny Great Hall would greatly increase the amount of gold getting mined out here as, well, Cash moving us forward with this squadron or platoon of riflemen. I'm at a bit of a loss for words. There hasn't been any break in the action. I'm trying to gauge what these players, what their strategy is here. And there's another banish again. All right, so peons, are they going to simply just walk on by? There's another banish once more, and we're at 900 gold again. So 37 supply. There goes another entangle, just trying to keep the Paladin and the Blood Mage off from each other, as the Riflemen do have strong upgrades at 2-2. All right, these peons walking back and forth, they're just gonna get slaughtered here if they're not careful. And I guess XiaoKai's strategy is, hey, all I need to do is, well, if I want to, I can just engage against these buildings. I can fight against buildings better than you can with this army. And what else can be done? All right, we're going to take a look. A little bit of a base race scenario. More damage onto another building here. That could be is that a Scroll of Town Portal? That is, no, that was a Staff of Teleportation that was canceled. And now we're looking at more damage here. So the Raiders with Pillage really making a big difference as we're looking at a bit of damage. All right, there goes an ensnare down. Are we going to see? That's a lot of guard towers focusing on the two very low hit point Raiders. There's no healing salve. We're going to see one Raider get taken down. Another Raider could get taken down here. No repairs. And now we are just going into a base race spot. All right, Orc Burrow, Scroll of Town Portal trying to save here now. And that is going to be a lot of damage. Are we going to see a Scroll of Town Portal out? No, we are not. Are we going to take a look at a couple of low hit? Well, there's slow onto one Raider. Scroll of Speed trying to escape away. And there you have it. There you go. The units are now falling back. 1,100 gold still in the bank. XiaoKai, what is he thinking? He has the bestiary. He has the ability to train up more units, and he isn't spending his gold. Farseer sitting at level 4. Well, gonna go ahead and Staff of Teleportation outbound. He got banished, and, well, does get sent back home with the rest of the group. All right. No Voodoo Lounge. Voodoo Lounge being built in the back again. Tiny Great Hall would be absolutely amazing right now. Farseer could clear out this relatively easy creep camp. Right? Tauren Chieftain shouldn't be in this fight, though, as the Farseer may be just shy of level 5 because the Tauren Chieftain is taking some of that precious experience away. Rifleman and Blood Mage are now down here together as well. So 33 supply over 61. Nothing in the Orc Burrows, and another barracks about to get taken down as the peons are just trying to hide off on the side. What's happening next? Tauren Chieftain making a move down to the south again. This is just a strange game. 1,000 gold. And what can he really hope to do here? Adding in a Goblin Shredder. There is now the level 5 Farseer. Perhaps adding or getting a couple of scrolls of healing would actually work out. Placing or getting some sentry wards. All right, just in case there's any more invisibility antics as well. All right, 1,000. Oh, you know what would be funny? If these peons went to the south here and started building another base, that would be a complete come as a complete shock and surprise. All right. Wolves, Shadow Wolves diving in here. They're going to go ahead shock, or, well, there goes a shockwave down. Staff of Teleportation inbound. And, well, one Goblin Shredder here does have... Well, it's important to note that the Goblin Shredder has a normal attack and hits like a beast against all of these medium armored units. So these units are now going to be forced to retreat back. Shadow Wolves are now going down here. We're looking at, well, the keep perhaps going to get taken down. Tauren Chieftain, there's a shockwave ripping on through again. A little bit more mana is all this Tauren Chieftain needs. He does have a Cloak of Shadow. There's a Chain Lightning bouncing around. And, well, what's going to happen here? A little bit of auto attack. What's this Goblin Shredder doing? Should not be walking in to that fight at all. Also, Mercenary Camp trying to grab a healer at this point makes a lot of sense. Trying to just hire up another unit. All right, are the Goblin Shredders here? Where are all of those peons? Peons are trying to build Orc burrows all off on the sides of the map. I don't believe you can build anything off on the side here as we see a quick banish. And now, well, the Blood Mage could be in trouble. The Blood Mage is trying to get away. He's just going to constantly banish himself. While on cooldown, there goes another Entangle and Snare, and we're just holding position and on those auto attacks. The Blood Mage trying to drain mana, but the Cloak of Shadows preventing it, and there's going to be the death of the Blood Mage at level 4. This is a completely unorthodox game here. A couple of Orc burrows being built off to the side. Having a tiny Great Hall in your back pocket would have been absolutely hilarious if it actually went down that way. All right. A couple more buildings getting cleaned up here. We're going to see that Arcane Tower get taken down, followed by the Guard Towers here, trying to get every bit of gold out as you possibly can. 23 supply compared to 42. Who is going to win as the Riflemen are shooting down the remainder of these buildings here? All right, more Orc burrows being built off to the north. More Orc burrows being built off to the north. Goblin Shredder now inside the base, able to get in damage. Paladin going to be coming across. All of these guard towers here. There's some Shadow Wolves as well. And the Blood Mage can't get resurrected. 41 over 42 supply. Going to be upside down on supply here in just a moment. The Scroll of Town Portal means absolutely nothing since there is no town portal anywhere. As the Tauren Chieftain, remember the Tauren Chieftain does have a Cloak of Shadows. So is he going to try and transfer it? There's a Holy Light Staff of Teleportation teleporting out of that tough spot here. And now, what is going to go down? All right, got a Farseer in a bit of trouble. Rifleman going to clear out some of these buildings off to the north and south again. Farseer completely surrounded. Are we going to see the Cloak of Shadow? No, Goblin Zeppelin for a pickup. And now, Tauren Chieftain has a Potion of Lesser Invulnerability. He's going to be able to get away. All right, meanwhile, Shadow Wolves cleaning things up here. Tauren Chieftain going to still wander around. Are these peons, well, Goblin Zeppelin hiring up another set of buildings and, well, picking them up. And where are they going to travel off to? I don't believe there's anywhere that they can actually go, right, to clear out... could they clear out trees here and build a building? They might actually be able to. What is that Quill Beast doing? That would be funny if the Quill Beast actually shot down one of the Zeppelins and, like, cleared up everything. Tauren Chieftain taking far too much damage. Does have some healing salves. Gonna healing salve and perhaps Clarity Potion. There's a Rifleman trying to go toe-to-toe with a unit here. Are we gonna see another Holy Light Cloak of Shadows? Paladin does have level 6. Are we gonna... Oh, my gosh. Cloak of Shadows? Haha.
Under siege.
I don't know what to make of this, really. buildings. Get some damage down. Oh, oh, he's revealed. He was revealed. Oh! The peons were all shot down. Tauren Chieftain now trying to get away. Tauren Chieftain now trying to get away. Down to 104 hit points. Farseer gets dropped. Tauren Chieftain gonna get taken out. One final shot. He is down as well. So 2 reveals from the laboratory. Well, enough to cause problems. And the Goblin Zeppelin was also exposed when it was in the air. So all of those workers were lost. With that said, it feels like Cash is going to come out on top. He has the larger army by far now. I mean, Shadow Wolves can only do so much. Any squadron, any group of units can just finish off these last remaining buildings. There's only a handful of buildings left. Potion of Invisibility on the Farseer to try and hide. But there is too many hit points on these buildings. Cash is going to come out on top. XiaoKai going to lose with some questionable decision making early on, since he didn't spend all of his gold and stayed, and even though he could have spent some gold and still stayed in no upkeep. All right, death of a burrow here. One more building. Oh. Off to the north. Trying to hide buildings. Farseer is just being extremely annoying. Chain Lightning bouncing around. And we're going to see a couple of sorceresses. Are we going to get invisibility onto that sorceress? Yes, we are. And the Paladin is now nearby. They're going to engage here. The Shadow Wolves are... Well, are they going to go after these units? There's a Holy Light. Farseer resummons up. Going to go ahead and try and go after some low hit point. There's another invisibility. And this Great Hall, which is now, well, getting shot at, will be destroyed and be the end of the game. Yeah. 37-minute just battle between these two teams, or these two players. Can't quite wrap my head around what exactly was happening. Resource score, a lot more lumber harvested, a little bit more gold. But yeah, in the end, it was just... I don't know. You let me know what you guys thought about this game in the comments below.